Hello, I am Lucas, and I'm here to talk about another Octavia E. Butler novel. This one is Adulthood, Rites. It is the second in the Lilith's Brood trilogy. It follows another fantastic novel, Dawn. And Dawn is set during a time where we still had the Cold War going on. It's written during that time, and actually it's not set during that time. The Cold War got real hot, real fast, mutually assured destruction. So it's set in the future, hundreds of years into the future, and what remains of humanity is on a living organism spaceship orbiting Earth, and that ship is controlled by the oankali, who are an alien race that trades DNA as they travel around the galaxies and the universe in search of beneficial DNA. They have found humanity, and they find our ability to develop cancer very interesting and unique and important for their own development, so they would like to trade for that. In doing so, they have rounded up everybody who still lives after we destroyed ourselves. And it's up to a select few, in this case Lilith, to let the rest of the humans know what the deal is. They are, shall we say, under new management, and she has to convince them to comply. If they won't comply, they can't return to Earth. If they do comply, they can return to Earth, but there are some new rules. And that's where this book comes in, because at the end of Dawn, Lilith is pregnant with Akin, her child. Akin is a Yoruba word, I believe, which means hero. And he very much is a kind of hero in this novel. This particular novel continues themes of what is humanity's purpose, why do we live, what are we driven by. Largely, this particular novel is focused on procreation, and even more than that, caring for the young and people who are weaker and learning. These kind of things are major motivating factors for humanity, according to this book. However, that has been stripped from human rights, so to speak, because even if people have accepted the Oankali as their overlords, so to speak, they're definitely not malevolent, not really benevolent either, just kind of there, kind of benevolent, can help, can cure any disease that they might have, fix any genetic problems that they might have. However, humans who have come to Earth that don't accept the oankali as their new breeding partners cannot have children. And that is compounded with the fact that they live an incredibly long time. I suppose so that they can change their minds and then have children of their own. However, most people reject the oankali because they don't want to be broodmares for their new masters. Makes sense. However, Lilith has a child, Akin, who is a construct, which means that he is a human oankali child. So all those children are constructs. He is the first male human-born oankali construct. He's incredibly intelligent and very gifted, smart, knows everything, very competent very early on because he has oankali DNA. And the main crux of this novel, what Akin has to deal with, is trying to convince the oankali to give humanity another chance by terraforming Mars and setting it up so that humanity can have their own Akjai. Akjai is a kind of term for oankali, a type of oankali that never change genetically on their travels. And in this way, he's hoping to help humanity have their own Akjai, have their own human-born children where they can live a long time, have their kids, raise their kids, live as they used to, although on Mars, and try to make things work again, give them new opportunity. Possibly they won't destroy themselves this time because there's a new situation, new rules, new environment, and the Oankali can make mistakes. However, humanity just wants Earth, and humanity doesn't trust any of the oankali, and they don't trust Akin because he is a product of this sort of bastardization of humanity as they see it. He is part oankali. He looks the part, and that is a sort of far more than uncanny valley because he's got tentacles, he's got a gray tongue, he eats all sorts of weird things that people would normally eat. As he matures, then he really starts to take shape and distance. His physical form is far more distant from a human form than before, but there's this town called Phoenix which hopes the people that live there poach children. Lots of other small villages poach children because they can't have any of their own. However, the only children that can be poached are constructs. So they try to take what they can when they can, so they can sort of mine parenthood because they can't have any children of their own. Phoenix is another chosen name because they sort of hope that they can rise from the ashes of humanity and start anew and start again, right? Eventually, some of the people of Phoenix are going to be going to Mars because they accept what has happened. But will all of humanity accept that? Can they accept further changes and losing even their own planet? That becomes a very difficult question, and we see a very ambiguous ending where things are not so clear and look actually pretty ugly, but we're not certain what's going to happen with what will be Akin's life mission. It is an incredible novel. It is absolutely brilliant. I love it, and I hope all of you will read it. Now, I am looking forward to this month, actually later today, I will be starting Imago, which is, I guess, set in the future from that time. Maybe on Mars or during the process of creating the Mars colony. We'll see. But Jodas, I think that's how you say it. Jodas is a child of the earth and stars, born from the union between humans and the Oankali, who saved humanity from destruction centuries before. But Jodas is approaching adulthood, a metamorphosis that will take him beyond gender and family, and into a great but dangerous unknown. Frightened and alone, Jodas must come to terms with this new identity, learn to master life-changing powers and bring together what's left of humankind, or become the biggest threat to their survival. I love Octavia E. Butler's work. I'm really looking forward to this. I would like to know what you think of any of these three books, whether it's Dawn, Adulthood, Rites, or Imago. Please let me know. Thank you.